Good evening, everybody. You hear me, Steve? Welcome to Flushing Town Hall. Thank you. Thank you very much. My name is Samuel Bouchamez, and I'm Deputy Director here at Flushing Town Hall. We want to start by acknowledging that we're on the traditional land of the Matinecock people, the original people of Flushing, Queens, one of the original tribes of New York, who continue to live and work on the land to this day. And we honor their elders who have stewarded this land throughout generations. Flushing Town Hall is a historic building built in 1862. We're about to celebrate our 160th anniversary as a building next year. Owned by the City of New York, and we, Flushing Council on Culture and the Arts, have operated it as a cultural center since the 1990s. So we're very glad to be welcoming you back. I'm still not used to having live audiences in this space, but it's really exciting, so we're really glad all of you have come and are dealing with all of the issues that we all have to deal with live performance. It's great to be here with you today. We're grateful for the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs for their support for our work, as well as the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the Howard Gilman Foundation, the Fan Fox and Leslie R. Samuels Foundation, the New York City Council, our board of directors, and our members. Do we have any members in the house today? No? Well, if you like our programs, and you can check us out on flushingtownhall.org, consider a membership. It's very cheap and gets discounts to programs. So I think that's really all that I have to say. We're very pleased to be partnering with the annual San Jarocho Festival this year. So please welcome Paula Sanchez to introduce. Come on up, Paula. To introduce the program. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. My name is Paula Sanchez, and I'm one of the organizers of the 11th New York San Jarocho Festival, formerly known as the Encuentro de Jaraneros or Encuentro de Soneros de Nueva York. We're very delighted to be presented today. I forgot the word. Thank you. Performance by Argelia Arreola, who is one of the members of the Jaranero community here in New York. So before we get started, let me read her bio real quickly. Argelia Arreola has a bachelor's in contemporary dance by the Universidad Veracruzana in Mexico. She's formally trained in traditional African dance of Guinea for 18 years. Her main influence is the direct relationship with the percussion, using the language of African, Afro-Cuban, and Mexican folk dance, and taking them to the field of contemporary dance. Argelia is a dancer and choreographer of Ballet Nepantla. Su mayor influencia es la relación directa que hay con la percusión, usando el lenguaje de las danzas africanas, afrocubanas y del folclore mexicano, y llevándolas al campo de la danza contemporánea. Argelia es bailarina y coreógrafa en el Ballet Nepantla, en Motus Duet, y es miembro de Jaranavir. Actualmente es una becaria del Sistema Nacional para Creadores Escénicos de FONCA con el proyecto Acusticorporal. So thank you so much for being here, and without further ado, Acusticorporal.
questions for you. You ready?
Okay.
What is dance?
It is. Where are you going? Movement. That's what dance is. No, dance is generous, generative, and I think generational.
What do you use dance for?
To say the things I can't say with words.
How do you feel when you dance?
Hopeful.
If you were Prime Minister,
Yeah.
what would be your top 3 priorities?
Oh, it's a hard one. Oh God. I think the first thing I would do is replace all the politicians with artists, activists, and environmental scientists. The second thing I would do is probably get them to collaborate together to try and find a creative way out of the situation we're in. The third, I'm not Prime Minister yet, so I don't know the answer to the third one yet.
Okay. Do you think your children will be dancers?
They are dancers. All children are dancers. It's as we grow older, I feel modern society forces the dance out of us, unfortunately.
Okay.
So, yeah, they're born to dance, all of them.
Give us 3 ways we can be more kind to the planet.
Listen to it, accept it. 3, and do something about it.
Can you tell us a piece of wisdom your parents have taught you?
Listen before you speak.
What is it to be an artist?
To be an artist, it's so many things, but to be an artist, if I was choosing one, is to be eternally curious, like children, and not judgmental.
Why do we need dance now more than ever?
Because I feel we're erasing the movements in our bodies with technology. And I feel we need dance because dance, in a sense, reminds us and celebrates the power of movement. And when we move, we live. So movement is life.
And finally, tell us your favorite daily ritual.
Practice.
That's perfect.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for asking tough questions.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
here. Muchas gracias por venir. Y I don't know if you have any questions. Si tienen alguna pregunta acerca de lo que acaban de ver, you don't have to question nothing. It's okay. But
Let's give you a chance to recover. Argelia, Arreola, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Felipe Fournier. So, yes, we're gonna take a deep breath. First of all, thank you so much again for being here. And yes, we're gonna take a few minutes. If you have any questions or any comments, please go ahead. You can do it in English and Spanish. We're fully bilingual here.
Henry has a question.
Well, I don't want to spread. Give you a mic, so.
I mean, to say it was just beautiful. And, but I'm interested because you do a lot of work on the floor, and I noticed also in one of the numbers very much like Electric Boogie. And I have to say, are you influenced at all by that kind of dancing, by hip hop?
No, really.
It's so interesting because hip hop is influenced by the whole African diaspora.
But the African, the hip hop has a lot of influence from the African.
Yeah, yeah.
And I study a little bit about floor work technique. So it's a technique from David Zambrano. He's a teacher from Venezuela.
Yeah.
But he used to live in Costa Rica and learned that kind of style
Yeah.
in Costa Rica. And I love the communication you can have with the floor.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard for me. I'm still learning a lot because there are great dancers doing this.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
beautiful.
so we can hear you a little better. I'm sorry, we have.
And that's it. Y gracias.
I'm sorry. So we're going to be passing the mic to make sure that everybody can hear. And also, any other questions? Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks for your performance. Yeah, your dancing make me think of something like a folk dance, like a worship to their goddess or something like this for a moment.
No, actually, all of this Acusticorporal is about the body. Yeah, it's like doing a homage, un homenaje al cuerpo, and all the body can do it. And I want to do something mine about a lot of the influence that I'm doing in my life, dancing. So it's more like honoring the body. Yeah. It's more about that. Yes.
Hi, yes, it's wonderful, really. Congratulations to both. No, I have a question about the music. Can you tell us something about the music, please? Where it comes from or what? Thank you.
So there are original compositions from Felipe Fournier. The first part of the claps and everything, it's composition of Felipe. And I want to do something in the beginning about the Big Bang, no? Something like something is creating, the universe, everything, the movement. So that's the reason I want to start with this piece about the claps and use the body to do the music, not any instrument, nothing, just the body, no? So that's the reason I want to start with the claps and everything. And then I include the song Jarocho because I'm in love with the song Jarocho. And I wanted to do something like different, not traditional. You can see it's nothing traditional, but I learning Sabar dance, Senegal dance, and I wanted to do experimentation with the music of the song Jarocho and involve the dance from Senegal and has a lot of connection, the movement, the rhythm, inclusive the rhythms, not the movement, but the rhythm is very similar in a lot of things. So yes, and that's the reason I put in song Jarocho. And the Agua Nieve for me is a beautiful, like a lullaby. I don't know. You can have a lot of images with the Agua Nieve, and I want to do something very minimalist, not like with a lot of colorful or something very minimalist style. And The interview is about, it's an interview of one of my influence in the work, Akram Khan, the dancer and choreographer Akram Khan. And he's an inspiration for me. And I saw that interview in YouTube and what connected with me in a lot of sense. So that's the reason I wanted to do something with the interview. I la edité. And yes, all the things he's saying for me has a lot of sense in this part of my life, in this moment. So yes. And the last piece is Fulani Love. So it's from Axel Tosca. He's a Cuban pianist, and Felipe is playing that in that track, the vibraphone, and it's the same connection, no, with the African style and everything. Fulani is a tribu from Senegal and from Guinea, from Congo also, los Fulanis. So they have a particular dance, particular movements, and I try to include here, and with fusion with the contemporary dance. So that's the part, the thing. Yeah.
Anybody else?
Okay, so first of all, I loved the visual thing. Like, I'm not a visual person, but I loved it. I thought it gave it more, it impressed some more like speed, no? And it connects to what you were doing. And then, but then we went to the Agua Nieves, which for us is like sacred, and I liked how it went like as a, like you're reaching for the stars, no? And it went, and after that, I don't remember what the song was, but that's when you did something that you're very good at, that you excel in the, when I've seen you, that's one of the things I love the most. So I was thinking, well, if you can tell us also about the art, but I was just thinking when I see you that I thought about the figure of a gazelle. So now I was thinking you're going to be called Gazelia instead, because you're a mix of a gazelle and a lady.
You want to respond to that?
Sí, los visuales there is from my brother-in-law, Diego Fournier, his brother. He made all the visuals, and was very interesting to work with him because he lives in Costa Rica, and I talked with him about the idea, I want to start with the Big Bang, and then the Son Jarocho pieces, and then start with the interview and the Fulani Love, and was very interesting the work with him because he catch my ideas immediately. I don't have to say anymore. And yes, I love his work. He's very particularly style, Diego. So yes, and I love work with him about that. You want to say something, Diego?
Yeah, well, my father, it's a musician, my grandfather is a musician, so we grew up in a house, full of music and art. Even if he's not a musician, he had that strong connection because we were taking music lesson and arts lessons since we were little kids. So that's the reason that when I work with Diego, with my brother, or with my other brother, Guillermo, who is also an animator and sculptor, they have that relation, that close relation with the rhythm, especially with the rhythm. So he catch all the movements that Argelia was doing, especially in the last piece, in Fulani Love. And it's, for me, I mean, right now, just watching it, I was crying over there, because it's like she's creating all of this, right? It's like it's coming out from her hands. But yeah, it's of that connection that Diego has with the rhythm.
Yeah, because for example, for the last piece, I sent him the video of the dance, the choreography. So he started drawing the same, looking like a light saliendo de mi cuerpo, like something. So that's the reason some movements that are very exactly with the lines and with the colors. Yes.
I have to say it was really beautiful. I really enjoyed it very much. I just, from your description, from the description I read of the presentation of how you focus on the movement of the body, but in a harmonious way that it melds with nature. And I thought with the animation, the way you were dancing and the animation, I mean, it really felt like you became one with the movement of nature. I mean, as the stars were raining, you melded perfectly, I think, with that animation. But my question is about when you were together playing the cascas and Felipe on the quijada. I'm sure you practiced this a lot, but how much improvisation was involved in that?
Actually, that's the only part that is like improvisation. All the time is different, and every time is different because I don't want to set something exactly because I love it. The improvisation also and the magic, you can do it every time you do something different. So that the reason in this part, we don't rehearse a lot, but we try to feel sentirnos, and it's very, it's like muy emotivo, like every time doing something different, and you can move different, and you can respond in a different way, and he can play something different, and that you can be more aware about everything that's happening around you.
Yeah, and I love one of the things that I love in improvisation. As I said, I grew up with with my father and my grandfather. They are musicians, but they never went to music school. They're músicos de oído, como le llaman, ¿verdad? They were not trained musicians, so they were improvising all the time. And one thing that I love about improvisation is that improvisation it's very risky because you never know what's going to happen. Actually, especially tonight was very risky because the quijada broke. Since the first note that I play, I listen to uh-oh. And that's the real improvisation, right? If we had everything, you just schedule and just by the book, it's impossible. We had to stop the play or to find, And it's a risk about live music or live performance and playing with animal bones that can broke like this. But that's one thing that I love about improvisation. I have my background in jazz and Caribbean music, and I went to music school in Puerto Rico in jazz and Caribbean music, and it's all about improvisation. So one of the things that I love to working with Argelia and working with dance in general, it's the chance to improvise not only with the sounds, but with the movement. And one of the things that I fell in love when I moved to New York about the son jarocho, because I lived for 1 year in Mexico, I never heard about son jarocho in Mexico. I lived 1 year in Veracruz, and I never heard anything about son jarocho. I fell in love with son jarocho here in New York because of Sinue Padilla, and he introduced me to all of this wonderful community. And one of the things that I love about son jarocho, it's also the improvisation. You're improvising verses, improvisando versos, improvisando melodías todo el tiempo. So that's one thing that I love about son jarocho and dance and music in general.
One last one, yes?
I'd like to thank you both for, especially Argelia, for a beautiful performance. But I particularly like the interview and how words and movement are very close to common things, and as if you were moving, it was as if we could be part of you. And so I just wanted to comment that.
That is a lot of rehearsal because I have to study very, very clear the words and the intention of the words and everything. So that's the hard part for me. That's the interview because every time you lost a little second and you fuck up. So sí, fue muy difícil para mí, pero that was the first part I'm start doing. That was the first, and then I'm start creating the rest. But I'm starting working with the interview, and it's like for me it's like a prayer every time because all the time I'm hearing the words. Every time I'm asimilo y afirmo lo que dice, no? And for me it's like a healing in this moment. So yes, it's very interest in working with voices and with words all the time, doing the movement and the choreography. Yeah.
It's not like you're working with a song that you can count or you can keep the beat, even if it's a odd meter or it's changing the tempos, but you can keep a tempo. This is, just some artist talking about his view of dance, so you cannot keep counting any bars, any measures, because it's just the rhythm of the voice. So I was in all this process watching Argelia rehearsing and working on that, and I was really impressed by her patience in that over and over and over again. Same thing with the cascas. Same thing with the story of the cascas. Yeah.
It was like a poem, like a beautiful poem.
Thank you.
All right, so I think that's it for tonight. Before we say goodbye to our wonderful performers, yes?
Sorry, Paula. No, thank you all of you for coming. Really, it's very important for me and for my community of Son Jarocho, because you always see me dancing Son Jarocho and zapateado. But I wanted to show about a lot of a different way I move with my body and I connect with my body. So muchas gracias a todos por venir y espero les haya gustado. Muchísimas gracias.
So before we say goodbye, we just want to remind you that tomorrow we have our big 11 New York Son Jarocho Festival right here in Flushing Town Hall. It starts at 1 sharp, very, very, very punctual, and it's from 1 to 4:30. Tickets are $15 a person, and you need to show proof of vaccination to enter. And we have 8 bands performing. A lot of the performers tomorrow are here right now, including Felipe Fournier and Argelia. And also after the Fandango, we also have the whole show will be live through the Flushing Town Hall website. You have to pay $7 to access the transmission. So if you don't feel like making the trek because it's a little chilly or it's a lot of people, then you can watch it from the comfy couch in your house, but you won't be sitting for a long time, I promise you. And after that performance, we're gonna move here. Well, the performance is upstairs, and then we're gonna move here for a Fandango, which is a traditional community celebration where everything is improvised. So you're welcome to join us as well. That will start about 5 until 8, or maybe before if Flushing Town Hall staff kicks us out because of too much partying. So thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow. If you need more information, please visit the website of Flushing Town Hall, or visit the website, the Facebook page, or the Instagram page, they call them page, Instagram pages, they call them that? I don't know how they call them, of Son Jarocho MX, Son Jarocho MX, where you will find more information about links, websites, or whatever. I don't know, Julia, you would like to add something else? Yes, thank you.
I just want to say that we're really thankful to Flushing Town Hall, to Steve, to Sammy, Ellen here, who have really, lent us the space. We are able to create these professional performances, present, and invite you all, to something that is very professionally produced, thanks to the work that the people here at Flushing Town Hall do. So if you want to give them a round of applause, we'd appreciate it. It's really great support to the Son Jarocho community, so we are really thankful.
So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I believe there's more partying going on in another venue, so let's go hit it. And thank you. See you tomorrow.